Hi there. This is a fun topic called control bidding. It's just an introduction, but I think it's reasonably complete. So let me share my screen and we'll dive in. So, introduction to control bidding. 1430 is a great slam bidding tool. Its proper name is Roman key card Blackwood with 1430 responses or 1430 responses. Some people will play 3014. The idea here is that in a suit auction, if one of you bids for no trump, you're interested in slam and you're asking partner how many key cards they have. Key cards being the four aces and the king of trump. And typically, if you're going to bid a slam, you should have at least four of those. Responses with 1430, five clubs means one or four. Key cards, five diamonds means three or zero. Five hearts means two without the queen of trump, and five spades is two with the queen of trump. The last two pages of this presentation, we'll talk about that. I'm going to assume that everybody's pretty familiar with it. I'm also going to assume that everybody has used 1430, found out you're missing only one key card, bid a slam, and then found out you went down because the opponents took the ace king of a suit. You were missing that ace as a key card and also the king of that suit. Um, this is our focus today to use 1430 with safety and to get the proper information from your partner's response. You have to have what are called controls in every suit. A control basically means they can't take the first two tricks in that suit. You've got the ace or the king or a singleton or a void. So let's dive in. Um, Here's an example hand. On the left, I count 17 high card points, a couple of length points. This is a fantastic hand. I love this hand. I'm going to open it a spade. Partner is 4, 7, 10, 11, 12 support points. Partner loves her hand. Um, and it turns out that six spades is a terrible contract because I was smelling slam from the moment I opened and partner raised spades. Six spades is a terrible contract because the opponents are going to lead a diamond and they're going to take the first two tricks. Now let me just swap the heart and diamond suits in partner's hand. Same high card points, same shortness points, same strength, same everything. Six spades is now an excellent contract. And the reason is that you don't have two quick losers in any suit. In the first hand, you had two quick losers in diamonds, but in the second hand, you only have one quick loser in hearts, and you actually don't have any quick losers anywhere else. The issue here is in the first case, you didn't have any control of the diamond suit. No matter what you do, the bidding's going to start this way in either hand. One spade, hoping for a lot more. Three spades. Oh my gosh, opener is so thrilled. 11 or 12 support points, four card support. Opener is smelling slam. If opener asks key cards, in both cases, she gets the answer five hearts, two key cards without the queen of spades. There's one, two, and one, two. And the problem is that in one case, slam is great, and in one case, slam is terrible. So how can you tell whether or not it's okay to bid slam? Well, we're going to use control bidding to help us out with that. So let's look at these. Let's look at two hands. You have this hand, you open a spade, partner bids three spades. You don't know what partner has. You know partner has 11 or 12 support points and a four card spade suit. You're you're smelling slam. I mean, my goodness, look at that club suit. Even if partner has nothing in clubs, you can probably take ace, king, queen, and rough one, and your last one will be set up. If partner has you pretty covered in hearts and diamonds, and maybe the king of spades, you're just thrilled about slam. But you can't bid for no trump because, as we saw on the last page, if partner tells you two key cards, if you don't have diamonds controlled, then you might lose two quick tricks. So here's the idea. You're going to bid four clubs. Clearly, you're accepting partner's invitation to game, right? You could have passed, but you continued bidding. So you're telling partner, we're going to game. What you're also telling partner is, I have a control in the club suit, and I'm interested in bidding more than game. So tell me more about your hand. Again, a control is the ace or king or a singleton or a void, meaning that the opponents can't take two tricks immediately in that suit. So partner will now cooperate by bidding her controls up the line. We always bid our controls up the line. So if partner has a diamond control, she'll bid four diamonds. If she has no diamond control, but she does have a heart control, she'll bid four hearts. If she has no controls, she'll just return to spades. So if partner bids four diamonds, it means partner has the ace or the king or a singleton or a void. You're pretty darn sure it's the ace or the king. And you're no longer worried about having two quick losers in the diamond suit. So it's safe to ask key cards and find out what partner has in the way of the king of spades and the two red aces. If partner doesn't bid four diamonds, if partner bids four hearts, for example, you know you're wide open in diamonds and you just sign off in four spades. So this is the whole idea of the presentation. Let's look at it fleshed out a bit with the exact same two example hands from earlier. And again, the purposes of control bidding are, is it safe for me to ask key cards? And will the key card ask, tell me what I need to know? One spade, three spades, as we discussed. Opener is smelling slam. Opener can't bid for no trump because she's wide open in the diamond suit. Yeah, she's got the queen, but queen X doesn't help a lot in a slam. She bids four clubs, which says, hey, I've got a club control. I'm interested in slam. Tell me more about your hand. Opener bids four hearts because we bid controls up the line. She's saying I have a heart control, but no diamond control. And so opener goes, dang it, we're wide open in diamonds. Partner doesn't have the ace or the king or a singleton or a void. We're going to lose two quick diamond tricks. Let's play in four spades. Let's see what happens when we had the hearts and the diamonds switched. It starts out the same, a spade, three spades. Oh my goodness, maybe we have slam, four clubs showing a control in clubs and saying, I'm interested in slam, four diamonds. Okay, opener knows now that we're not wide open in the diamond suit. They can't take two quick diamond tricks. So opener knows it's safe to bid for no trump and knows that the answer will help. As the cards lie, responder bids five hearts. She has one, two key cards, but not the king of trump. And now opener knows, gosh, of the three cards I was worried about, king of spades, these two aces, partner has two of them. I think we've probably got a good shot at slam. They can't take two quick tricks in any suit or any combination of suits. So I'm going to go ahead and bid six spades, figuring it's a good contract. If partner had a different hand, maybe it wouldn't be quite so good. But the odds are it's going to do well. Let's look at some examples of control bid auctions. I'm not going to show hands. I'm just going to talk through the auction and what the bids mean. Two clubs, big opener. Two diamonds, waiting. Usually we bid two diamonds in response to a two club opener, just waiting to learn more about opener's hand because that's what matters. Two hearts. I have a 22 plus point hand. I said that with two clubs, and I have a heart suit. I don't have no trump shape. I have a heart suit. Three hearts. This is a super important bid. What it says is, and notice that responder cannot pass, right? Because opener could have 10 tricks in her hand. Opener has an unlimited huge hand. Responder is saying we have a heart fit, and really importantly, if responder had, two or three points and a heart fit, she jumps to four hearts. Some people call that the principle of fast arrival. With a weak hand, knowing you can get the game, you just jump there. If you have a better hand than that, you bid more slowly. My brother used to say, the stronger you are, the slower you go. You have to make sure the bids are forcing because you don't want to get passed out too low. But responder says three hearts. Hey, we have a heart fit. Let's talk some more. Opener says three spades. That says I have a spade control. Responder says four diamonds. She's not bidding a diamond suit. She's just showing her controls. And in fact, she's showing a diamond control and denying a club control because she would have bid them up the line. This hugely helpful information for opener. I'm not looking at opener's hand. I don't know what it is, but opener might sign off in four hearts depending on how her hand looks and how it feels, given that responder does not have a club control but does have a diamond control. Opener might continue or opener might sign off in four hearts. If you play 2/1 game forcing, one spade, two hearts. Two hearts promises five or more hearts. It's a natural and game forcing bid. Neither person can pass below the level of game. Opener says three hearts. What is opener saying? Opener is saying we have a fit in hearts. And opener is saying, I could have just jumped to four hearts if I had a minimal opener, the principle of fast arrival. Instead, I'm saying three hearts. Let's play in hearts. Let's play at least game. We already agreed on those two things. We already agreed on game. And let's have some more time to talk. Responder bids four clubs. Four clubs is showing a club control, and notice she didn't bid three spades, so she's denying a spade control. Opener bids four diamonds. Opener is showing a diamond control. Here's a really interesting thing. This also implies a spade control, because if she didn't have a spade control, and responder didn't have a spade control, she'd know it's time to sign off. So she's actually implying a spade control. Responder bids four hearts. Responder is saying, I'm ready to stop. But opener might or might not continue. Depends how good opener's hand. Maybe opener has a running spade suit, and all she really cared about hearing was that there's a club control on the right. So. Typical examples of control bid auctions. Here's another one. A spade, three clubs. Pesky opponent makes a preempt. Four clubs. What does the four club bid say? Well, if you watch my presentation on Q bid raises, what this is it's a raise of spades. Responder could have just bid four spades if she wanted to play in game in spades. She's actually saying, hey, I'm interested in more than just game. It's a Q bid raise. I love Q bids, Q bid raises. Watch that presentation. So this is a game forcing spade raise. Opener might sign off with a minimum hand, but instead, oh, I'm sorry, three spades would be a weak raise, and four spades would say, hey, I've got enough for game, but based on my hand, I'm not interested in more than that. This is why I love Q bid raises. This Q bid raise says, hey, we're playing in spades. Maybe we should be in slam. Let's talk about it. Opener bids four diamonds. Hey, I have a diamond control. Responder bids four hearts. Hey, I have a heart control. So at this point, we haven't seen opener's hand. Opener might sign off in four spades, or opener might bid for no trump to ask key cards. And notice that even if opener signed off in four spades, responder might still continue to look for slam if she has a really wonderful hand. She's learned so much about opener's hand. Opener had a diamond control. Maybe that's all the responder needed to know in order to ask key cards. Really important. A control bid in a suit that partner has bid shows the ace or the king. You don't control bid shortness in a suit that partner has bid. Frank Smoot, a fabulous teacher, told us this 7 years ago. And it wasn't until I put this presentation together that I tried to think, let me see if I can come up with an example that shows why. Well, here's an example. one spade, two hearts, three hearts. You've agreed on hearts as trump, and in fact, opener has said, I'm interested in more than just game. I could have just jumped to four hearts if my opener had been minimal, but I've got some extras. Responder says three spades. Responder is control bidding spades, but and she's not raising spades. You've already decided you're playing in hearts. There's no going back. You've already agreed. This is a control bid. It's not a raise of spades. And it promises the ace or the king, not a singleton or a void. Why does this matter? Let's suppose that this is opener's hand. Beautiful hand. 10, 16 high card points, one for length, gorgeous shape. Most of the high cards are working together beautifully. Ace, queen, king, queen. So when partner bids two hearts saying, hey, I've got a game forcing hand with at least a five card heart suit, opener is super excited. Opener is smelling slam. So opener bids three hearts to say, hey, we're playing in hearts. Let's talk some more. I know if I know that responder has the king of spades, I'm smelling slam. I mean, responder has opening strength. If she's got the king of spades, it looks like we've probably got five heart tricks and five spade tricks, assuming she has the ace of hearts. And, the diamond is 10. And if I can ruff a club over here, I'm sorry, that's 11. Ruff a club, that's 12 tricks. So I'm smelling slam. On the other hand, if responder has a singleton or a void in spades, I'm not very excited. That's why it's so important that this control bid promise the ace or king, not shortness. Opener had bid this suit. You're control bidding the suit. You're promising the ace or the king. Let's look at some examples. Suppose this is responder's modest 13 high card point, nice 2/1 bid, one spade, two hearts. Game forcing, five card heart suit. Look at how that pairs up against opener's hand. They've got a club loser, and that's it. They'll ruff a spade over in this hand if need be. But actually they won't need to do that. It's a fantastic slam contract. All I did here is move the king of spades into the club suit. Bidding starts the same way, one spade, two hearts, three hearts. Hey, we're playing in hearts. I'm interested in slam. In this case, responder could control bid four clubs, which would deny a spade control. Opener knows, gosh, we don't have the king of spades. I'm much less interested in slam than I was before. Notice that in this case, slam is a slam dunk, haha. And in this case, it would probably be a very poor contract. So if you make a control bid in a suit partner had already shown, you're promising the ace or the king because that makes a huge difference in partner's ability to evaluate her hand. Control bids apply when you have agreed on a trump suit and you're in a game forcing auction. Here's several examples that are not control bids. One spade, two spades, three diamonds. This is not a control bid. You have agreed on spades, but you're not in a game forcing auction. In fact, most people use this as what's called a game try. There are different agreements about what it means. For me and my partner, it typically means, hey, I've got four diamonds like ace jack. If you can help in the diamond suit, reevaluate your hand upward and go ahead and bid game. One no trump, two diamonds, obviously not a control bid. That's a transfer. Two hearts. Okay. I'm agreeing. I'm accepting your transfer as you wish. Three clubs. This is not a control bid. This is for most people. This is a natural bid. It's game forcing. It's just allowing them to talk some more and get to the best game. One spade, four diamonds. This is a splinter raise of spades. It says, hey, we're playing in spades. We're going to game. I've got a singleton diamond, not the ace or king. I'll do a presentation on them sometime. It's a wonderful bid. Opener at this point might sign off or explore slam, but this is not a control bid. I mean, it happens to show a singleton or a void, but it's not what we think of as a control bid. One heart, one spade, four clubs. What in the world does a double jump to four clubs mean? It should be a splinter raise of spades. You're showing a singleton or void in the club suit. Yeah, that's a control, but this is not what we call a control bid. And responder might sign off or explore slam. This bid is saying much more than a control bid does. It's saying very specifically, we're going to play in game, at least in your suit. Um, Here's my most fun control bid ever. I held this hand. It's a beautiful hand. I'm going to open a heart. If partner raises hearts, I'm going to jump to four. If partner bids spades, I'll jump to four spades. If partner bids a no trump, I'll probably bid three hearts and let partner decide what to do. That's my plan. I open a heart. Partner, I don't know what partner holds, but she bid three hearts. I'm thinking, oh my God, partner made a limit raise. She has 11 or 12 support points with four or more hearts. Now, I wonder if we have slam. And it depends. You know, if partner's values are in the diamond suit, it's not very helpful to me, but maybe her partner's or values are elsewhere. But I sat there and I thought, I don't know how to explore whether we have slam. We probably don't have slam, but I have no idea how to figure it out. And then I thought, oh, what the heck? I'll control bid four clubs anyway. So I did. And partner bid four hearts. So what is partner saying? Partner is saying, I don't have a diamond control. And I'm thinking, oh my God, partner doesn't have the ace of diamonds and she doesn't have the king of diamonds. Where the heck is her limit raise? Everything she has in spades or hearts or clubs is going to be perfect for me. I think we probably have a slam. I have no tools to ask key cards. Other people do, but I don't. So I just bid six hearts. And it turned out that partner had a very minimal limit raise, but after a spade lead, we took 13 tricks. Ace of spades, ace king of clubs, and then we cross-ruffed and took 10 tricks with our 10 hearts. So anyway, I hope that was fun. Quick review of 1430. I have a separate presentation that talks about this. You can use 1430 to ask key cards. Example, you hold this hand and partner opens a spade. You know that you want to play in spades, and you know that you want to be in a slam depending on how many aces partner has. So you bid for no trump. After you bid for no trump in a suit auction, it says, partner, tell me how many key cards you hold. Key cards are the aces, the four aces, and the king of trump. With one or four, partner bids five clubs. With three or zero, partner bids five diamonds. That's the root of the mnemonic 1430 or 1430. So this question was, how many key cards do you have? Partner bid five diamonds. Well, let's see. That's three or zero. Could partner have had an opening bid with no aces and us holding all this? I don't think so. Partner must have three aces, so we're going to be great in a six-spade slam. Two key cards, you can actually distinguish whether you have the queen of trump or not. Without the queen of trump, you bid five hearts. With the queen of trump, you bid five spades. Two cautions about 1430. The first one is the reason for today's presentation. Do not use 1430 if you have a small doubleton in a side suit, unless partner has bid the suit or showed a control. So this is similar to the hand we looked at before. Tons of high cards, 33 high card points, but you're missing the ace king of hearts. So you're going to go down if you bid slam. And do not use 1430 if you have a void. And again, this is the reason for control bidding. If you can diagnose that there's no heart control, then you won't get into that bad slam. Don't use 1430 if you have a void. Imagine you have this amazing hand. Something has happened in the auction and you decide to ask key cards, and partner says, I have two key cards. Well, you don't know which ones they are, unless there was a control bidding auction that helped. If partner has, say, the ace of spades and the ace of hearts, you've got two losing aces. If partner has the ace of spades and the ace of diamonds, now it looks like you have only one losing trick. So if you have a void, don't bid 1430 because you won't know whether partner's key cards are in the places where you need them. That's the end of the presentation and hope you enjoyed it.